All right. Welcome to another edition of the SportsShop27. I'm your host, Jermaine, and my co-host, Kevin Johnson. Today's special guest, we got former defensive tackle from Clemson University, former Minnesota Viking, Coleman. How you doing today,
baby? What's up now?
I'm doing well, fellas. I'm doing well.
That's good, man. That's good,
man. I had to do this for you, man. Good vibes for you.
Hey, I appreciate
right?
it.
That's good, man. So, just tell everybody a little bit about your background, where you from.
All right, a little bit about myself. Eric Coleman. I'm a military child, so come from a little bit of everywhere, man. Originally from Virginia.
Okay.
My dad joined the military at the age of 18. From there, we moved, a couple times, not much, like most military families or what.
Okay.
But, I went from Norfolk, Virginia to Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Okay.
Spent about 4 or 5 years there. Then we went to Hawaii for about 4 or 5 years. Back to Charlottesville, Virginia, which is where I did my high school football until I died.
You cutting out a little bit right now, Eric. I guess he's gonna jump back in.
Okay.
Let me see if I can add him back in. There he is. Can you hear us?
You back?
Yeah. I went away there for a second. It kicked me out of the room, man.
Okay. You got your camera on?
There we go.
There you go. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
But,
so, like you were saying, you from your military kid. And go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, born in Virginia. My dad was a military, so went from Virginia to North Carolina, from North Carolina to Hawaii, back to Virginia, which is where I ended up doing my high school football and graduated. I'm a Charlottesville High School Black Knight.
Okay.
After that, took the long route. I took the long route to get to Clemson. I went to Fort Union Military Academy for a year.
Okay.
With actually Clemson teammates, Mo Fountain.
Okay. That's good, man. So, out of all the schools that you were getting offered, why Clemson?
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's funny that you asked, and like I said, I just brought up Mo Fountain. He was at Fort Union with me, and Clemson had came down to see him, and they told me, and, everybody liked for a visit. So when I got there to visit, I just fell in love with the place. It felt like family.
Yeah, true.
That's why I chose Clemson over every other school. And now.
All right. So, did you play any other sports other than football?
I played every sport.
That's good.
What other sport?
Basketball, tennis. Am I freezing up over there, guys?
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot over there. Can you hear us?
All right.
That's better.
Yeah, I can hear you guys. I don't know if you guys are hearing me.
Yeah, we can
that's
hear
better
you
right now. Yeah, what other sports you was playing?
Okay. like I said, I played every sport, man. Basketball, football, baseball, track. And in Hawaii, I did the volleyball thing. I did the X Games stuff, man. Eight, surf, all that stuff, man.
Wow.
Okay.
That's what's up.
That's what's
up. So what position on the basketball court, though? What position you was playing?
Man, high school, just being one of the big kids in the school at the time, I was 6'5", 6'6", my senior year. So I played out center. But I get out and leave that break, though.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Oh man, so you Shaq Diesel and cats in high school.
Yeah, he bring it down like Shaquille O'Neal. Hey, I bet they clear out when they see Big E coming, man.
But I tell people I'm a better athlete than that,
man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So how's the weather in Tennessee today, man?
Yeah.
Honestly, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. 77 degrees it got to today. After, a week of ice and snow, that was wonderful.
Yeah,
cool.
It's a nice day today here too in South Carolina. Gotta admit, feel like a summer day today, man. Good day for a good podcast show. Special guest,
Yeah.
So tell us some of your experiences at Clemson as far as playing Division I football, like some of the relationships that you cultivated over the years. Some of your favorite highlights, some of your favorite games.
Highlights of your life.
Yeah. Just tell us some stories about that.
All right. Well, man, like I said, I chose Clemson, man.
Wow.
He got bad reception wherever he's at.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Man, it ain't over.
One second. Try to send this to us. Yep. So KJ, can you talk to us a little bit about playing with Eric Coleman, how it was like? I mean, you guys played on both sides. I mean, on the same side of the field.
Yeah. I mean, it was good, man. You got a good D lineman. Because it's important to have good D lineman. Because you got to get pressure to the quarterback, especially me being a defensive back. I need you to get all the pressure you can get. You understand? Get to the quarterback, break him in half. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. So that's when we have a good relationship because we helping out the DBs. We all got to work together.
Yep.
So, me and Eric, we had good experiences, man. There's so many different ones at practice. Trying to root each other on to whatever, finish a drill, whatever it had to be. Here we go. He back.
Yep. Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
that's a lot better.
The view and the audio a little bit better.
Cool.
Give me a second, guys. I apologize, man. I really apologize for this inconvenience.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you fine. Good.
All right. I can't hear you, so let me figure that out.
Can you hear us?
Why is my Bluetooth? Oh, there it is. All right. I can hear you guys now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yep, but KJ, go ahead. You was asking about football at Clemson.
Okay. Yeah. My experiences at Clemson, man, were amazing. Like I said, I chose it over a lot of other schools, Big Ten schools, ACC schools, SEC schools, but my favorite memory would have to be my interception against NC State for the touchdown.
Yeah.
What touchdown?
The pick six, baby. It made Chris Berman's top 10 highlight and everything, man.
You know what I'm saying?
You know,
a big man scoring, baby.
Hey, listen, I can still remember this play to the day. And the crazy part is, and I'm just go ahead and put this out there. Nobody will ever know it if they watch the film. I went the wrong way.
Oh man! Oh.
I went the wrong way on the stunt. Went the wrong way on the stunt and got the pick six, man. You know, use my tight end. Look, and this is a good segue right here. You had to use my good tight end skills. You know, channel my inner Shannon Sharp and catch that thing and
I heard you had like 20 touchdowns as a tight end or something like that, man.
Yeah, man. In high school, man, I had a couple touchdowns, a couple catches, man. But I played for a mainly running football team, man. Honestly, our running back was All-American. He was a beast, man. You guys remember Chris Perry?
Yeah.
What college?
He was ranked over Chris Perry coming out of high school from the state of Virginia. You know what I'm saying? That's so we had a dominant running team, but I got my chances every once in a while, and I capitalized. Had me a nice little 80-yard touchdown off the screen that one game. Oh yeah!
Screen to the house.
Hey, open that stride up on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, so tell me how it was growing up when you was from moving a lot while you was in high school, like transferring schools and all that. Like, how did you adjust and still like fit into the program and in the school systems and stuff? Talk about some of the challenges growing up where you came from.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily call it challenges. You know what I'm saying? It was more so. I grew up like from the time I was a little child. My father being military, him and my mother had me as teenagers. He was 17, my mother was 15. You know what I'm saying? They did a great job getting me to this point. So blessing to them. From a young age, it was just normal. You know what I'm saying? Every 3 or 4 years, it's time to move. Daddy's job is going to take them here. It's going to take them there. Or we get to go live in a new place. And that's how they made it easy for us to make the transitions. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I got to live in Hawaii for 5 years, man. Who's going to complain about that?
No, right?
my front yard was a beach.
Dang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man. Like, we're trying to get back over there.
Listen, as a 10-year-old, I was not complaining.
I know you wasn't.
You know what I mean? And then I actually started high school out in Hawaii. I didn't even play football my freshman year. I was focused on playing basketball. Basketball and baseball, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when I was a kid, I was a big kid, and I was watching Charles Hapley's interview earlier, and he was talking about the age groups and the weight groups for Pop Warner and all that stuff.
Yep.
I was always too young, but way too much. So I couldn't never catch that gap appropriately. So I just started focusing on other sports. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And once I finally got back into the football thing, man, I kind of just capitalized on it. But the adjustments, with the moving, it just came naturally. Me being a people person, really, I can interact with anybody. And have a good time, man. Really.
That's good. So, did any coaches try to persuade you to play one sport more than another, doing that transition from high school to college or anything?
That's a good one.
Not really. Like, I had a couple D2 offers for basketball. I wasn't really focused on that. You know what I mean? And the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad broke it down for me. Mm-hmm. I remember the day in his office. He was a military recruiter for the Marine Corps, so he got a couple of my buddies from high school to join the Marine Corps. You know what I mean? And I appreciate him for everything he's done. Yeah. But he sat me down and he told me, "Listen here, boy. You going to college or you joining the military? What's it gonna be?" I said, "I'm going to school. I don't want to do what you do. I don't want to do that. I appreciate y'all, but I don't want to do that. That's not for me. I want to go ahead and try this." So I ended up focusing more in on the football my sophomore, junior year of high school. And, I started getting some looks from some good schools, but, academically, I wasn't on par. It's just being real, hindsight 2020. I wasn't on par academically. where I should have been. You know, that was just me being goofy and being lazy, being a teenage kid. You know, just doing enough to get by.
Do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that I couldn't do it, man. I was just, you know, I wanted to be a teenager. You know what I'm saying? And I went to school every day. I did my work, but you know, I just didn't put 1,000% into it.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for a kid that's in that position that has the talent but not really taking school seriously right now?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, reality check, my man.
Yes.
You know, and I tell kids this all the time. Like, I had all the talent in the world. I look at some of these cats nowadays, man, that are playing ball, and it's like, bro, I was doing this before they was doing this. I just never put it all together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So the sooner you realize that it's time for you to put it together, the better off you're gonna be.
Exactly. Yep. So, besides your father, who else was a big inspiration in your life, or who did you look up to coming up?
Listen, man, it's a list too long to name everybody, but there's a couple people that I really could point out, man. My high school football coach, of course, Garvin DeBerry. He was a major impact on my development as a young man, on and off the field, because he was also, you know, teacher at the same time. So I see him every day. I went to school with his son. My basketball coach, Harold Miner. You know, like mostly the sports people, but also people in the community, you know, the school police officers and, you know, stuff like that. Because again, this goes back to me being the transplant kid.
Yeah.
You know, I'm making new friends. Like I'm finding out who's who and, you know, what kind of groups I can settle into. Yeah, and I ended up like, and it's weird and a blessing at the same time, but I made great friends, and still to this day, with my pastor's kids. And I would go stay with them. My mom didn't care if I didn't come home for 2 weeks. She knew where I was at.
Yeah,
you know, I'll come visit, hands. You know, great hands. You know, I was in church every Sunday. You know, I went to school every day. I was fed, you know, and I did what I was supposed to do. That was probably the most stable time in my life, honestly.
Yeah, that's good to hear, man. That structure, that community bond with a kid growing up, that's very important, especially like today's youth with so much peer pressure and social media, so many outlets that they can have to do other things. But just having a community behind someone who has a goal and has the potential, and the community pushing behind, that's very important in every city and every county, man.
Exactly.
Salute to the people where you from. They got you the way you need to go. You know what I'm saying?
And it's really, man, just like I said, man, me being that transplant kid, so to speak, and the love that city, that town still shows me. Like I said, I went to high school in Charlottesville, and if y'all remember, that's where we had the incident. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to touch on it too much. You know what I mean? So I know people who were personally affected by all that stuff, which was kind of like the beginning of the snowball effect for everything that we're dealing with today, as far as like the social injustice and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I understand.
So it hits home.
All right. So go ahead. So what's some of your what was some of your best moments in the NFL? Like you made that transition, you had the community behind you, won some bowl games at Clemson, got ACC player to defensive player second team, had good stats. So how was that for you going to the Vikings, man?
Man, college experience was amazing, man. You know, I appreciate everybody that ever did anything for me while I was at Clemson. But the dream that every young kid has is to make it to the NFL. If you're on that route, you want to make it to the highest level of whatever it is that you're trying to do. And you know, the fact that I made it there, man, it was surreal. You know what I mean? I had that under my belt. I had that on my resume, so to speak, my life resume.
Yes,
you know, and you know, people can look at that, and it gives them something to, you know, aspire for in a way. You know, and it makes me feel great, man. Even though I didn't, you know, get the opportunity to make it, you know, live roster, make it, you know, play on a Sunday. You know, and have my family see me, man, the actual experience of being there and having my name as part of that roster, and having the experience of actually playing for my favorite team since 1996. Since 96, bro.
That's
crazy, right?
Who was the quarterback? Was that Randall?
Culpepper. Culpepper.
Yeah, I think he just came in from South Florida.
Yeah, Culpepper was my quarterback when I was there, but you talking about 96, yeah, you going back to the Warren Moon, Randall Cunningham days,
That's
man.
what I was thinking. I was like, that was Randall Cunningham back then.
Yeah, you going back to the Randall Cunningham days, man.
Yeah. Man,
that's Randy Moss. All them.
So what it was like playing with Randy Moss?
Listen, look, and this is the sad part, man. Like, this is the only downside of my Minnesota journey. I miss Randy. They had just traded him to Oakland.
God.
Yeah, he did.
And look, and it was the year before they drafted AD, man, Adrian Peterson.
Oh yeah, Adrian Peterson.
So I was right in that. I was right in that midpoint, man.
Dang.
Yeah, I was right in that midpoint. But at the same time, bro, like I got to put on that purple and gold.
That's right,
you know,
favorite team, man.
My favorite team. So that was a dream, man. That was a dream come true.
That's good, man. True. So did you play any arena football, Canadian League? Did you, anything outside of that? NFL Europe?
No, man. I thought about doing the NFL Europe thing, man, but it just never worked out. I ended up playing some semi-pro football just to kind of mess around, see if I still had it.
Yeah.
Like 2 years after the fact. And I did my thing out there, man. It was just too easy, but I wasn't taking care of my body. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And this will kind of segue into, some other conversations that we can have in here too. But I ended up tearing my ACL.
Wow.
Right. And I didn't even know it. I didn't go to the hospital or anything like that, man. I kind of put some ice on it. I went to work security that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I went back to practice, put a little brace on it, and I, just kept on pushing. Ended up with 15 sacks, made the All-Star team, all that stuff. But I couldn't even play because, I wasn't right. But I ended up playing again the next season and against the same team on a similar style play on a field goal situation. I'm blocking for my guy returning a short field goal. Mm-hmm. Foot gets caught in the grass, tear my ACL again.
Hey.
Now, mind you, my whole college career, my short little NFL career, I never had those type of injuries. You know what I'm saying? Never got hurt. Never. And then as soon as I stopped taking care of my body the way that I was accustomed to and what it takes to play that physical game, it broke down on me, you know what I mean? And I still have to deal with those things to this day.
That's what I was going to ask. Let the young kids know how important it is to use treatment after games. How important it is to take care of your body. You're a professional athlete. Mm-hmm. It's a lifestyle. It's just not something you do just
exactly.
Yeah, part-time. Exactly. Full-time.
Yeah, it has to definitely be a full-time thing. With the body, man, and the conditioning, like y'all were talking about mat drills prior. Y'all thought that they were doing that just to torture us. No, they're training your body to be used to the torture that you're going to put yourself through. And I hate to call it torture, but it's a violent game.
Yes, it is.
Right? So your body has to be ready for what it's about to go through. So all that getting up early for treatment, making sure you're icing properly, you're getting taped up, you're going to your rehabs, you're stretching, you're making your weight sessions, you're doing your running, your conditioning. All that comes together to create that image or that athlete that you see on that field.
That performance.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that plays a part in it. And also the mental side of it. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to be in good shape to be that dynamic athlete that people expect to see out there on that field every Saturday or Sunday, or even Friday nights for the high school kids.
Yeah, that's true, man. Yeah. That's good.
So, what do you think about this last year's Super Bowl?
Interesting, man. I wasn't going to look. I love Patrick Mahomes, man. Great quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Chiefs dynamic team. But Tom Brady is a different animal, bro.
Is he?
He's a different animal, man. Like the comparisons between him, Jordan, Ali, Tiger, like all the GOATs, the greats that they talk about, you know what I'm saying? The people who have all these championships in team sports. it takes somebody dynamic to be able to focus in enough to do their job the way that they do it and motivate everybody around them to do their job at another level.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? At a certain time of the year. So once them playoffs started, Chase Young, bring on Tom Brady. No, young boy, you ain't want that.
Yeah.
You
No,
knew
young boy.
you didn't want
You
that
don't want
when
that.
it came out your mouth.
I'm
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not
serious.
just Tom Brady you playing against.
I
It's
mean,
a whole team.
this is football.
Yes.
43.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's
look,
crazy, man.
Tom, he a different animal, man. He a different animal,
And when he
dog.
was at
And
Michigan, he wasn't really that special, but he just cultivated himself through time, dedication.
hard
The
work,
same thing that we was talking
Yeah.
about as far as keeping
focus.
your body together. That's how,
Yep,
and the same Kobe mentality. That's what
yep,
make him
Right.
last for 20 years plus.
yep.
That's
Yeah,
Got
true.
to.
that whole TB12, look, that whole TB12 thing and the Mamba mentality, those are real things. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you can really, you know, put into effect and see great results from.
Do you have
You
any
know,
teammates that kind of close to that on a performance level that you know?
that I played with, or just
Yes,
people that I see that I played with.
both.
Oh man, okay. I'll go back to my freshman year, man. Freshman sophomore year. Nick Eason was one of the hardest working, beastly animals, defensive lineman I ever been around in my life, man.
That's right, man.
But
Like I'm talking about from the weight room to the conditioning, he gonna talk trash to you the whole time. But he gonna do his thing, and he motivated me to be a better player. You know what I'm saying? Even after he was gone, I still was motivated by him. And then my brother from another mother, I could not leave this man out, man. My
Don't leave
brother
him out.
Khalid Vaughn. My brother Khalid Vaughn. Listen,
Khalid Vaughn.
Khalid Vaughn, man.
Love
When I
Khalid,
tell
man.
you, that man came in there, was a scrawny little boy. When he came to that campus, he left a grown man.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I'm
true.
saying?
That's
But
true.
he worked his way into a great starting position. He ended up having a decent NFL career. He played, I think, 3 or 4 seasons, with a couple
Yeah.
teams. And like that's my brother to this day. He still stops in. He was here 2 weeks ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right here in
We
this
gotta
house.
have him on. I gotta have him on the show, man.
Yeah, man. Reach
Yeah.
out to bro, man. He'll get on here. He drives the trucks cross country. He got his own company and all that
All
stuff.
right,
So,
cool.
but like it goes beyond the field with me for a lot of these people, man. Like
Yeah.
um, even Brian Mance, man. I got to shout out to homie B Mance, yo. He
Yeah,
motivated me
man.
a lot on that field, even though he was a defensive back, hardest worker, man.
But
Yeah, he
Hardest
was,
worker.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
that's
And
good. That's
the
good to hear.
battle. Look, the battle my brother's going through now. You know what I'm saying? In his personal life,
Yes, sir.
and he's still fighting. That gives me extra motivation. You
Yeah,
know
to
what I'm
keep
saying?
going.
So
Hmm.
yeah, definitely got to keep going. So shout out to our brother Brian.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. Good
That's
stuff.
good to hear, man. Man. So, since football, you made to the NFL. Now, life after football. Tell me some of the biggest lessons you learned that football taught you.
what they say NFL stand for, right? Not for long, right?
Not for long.
All right.
Yep.
So what you gonna do after the fact? I've tried some of everything, my man. Like I did like I went back to school after I left uh the NFL, tried to finish my degree.
That's what's up.
I got
Good
still got
job.
about 20 hours left. I'm gonna get to it. Man, that's something I promise you all. I'm gonna get to that. But my mother had some health issues, and that's when reality in life set in. I had to leave school before I could finish. Um, she's still here. She's going through a little something at the moment, but she's doing all right now.
Okay,
That's
it's
good.
good
That's
to hear.
good.
But
That's good.
yeah,
Prayers
but
to your mom.
yeah, I appreciate that. But the thing I learned is to not quit. Really, you know what I'm saying? Just keep going,
Keep
man.
going,
And
man.
I kind of look at everything as a team kind of aspect, team environment. You know what I'm saying? My family, that's my team.
Exactly.
So if the people around me are strong and doing okay, and I'm doing my part, they're doing their part, and we all working as a unit. You know, I think everything will be all right, man. So like that's the biggest thing that I've learned from like the sports aspect and carried over into my personal life after football.
Okay. Do you have any businesses or anything that you running right now, or some things that you're trying to start up?
I can see it in the background, man. I like that.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to lean and let y'all catch some peeks of the stuff, man. But this is my clothing line that my wife and I started in 2017. It's called Born Kings and Born Queens Lifestyle Apparel.
All right.
We have stuff for the men, women's, and children. Like it's been a process with this also, just a learning process, and hit and miss with some things, but just continuing to push and just being creative is something that I like to do. Like I love music, I love art, I love just being creative. It's a form of expression. So and also. And I also just want to be able to create something that I can pass on to my children. By the picture that you guys have up on the Facebook post, for people to join. That's my biological daughter. Okay. But that's my only child. But I have 6 children. And I'll tell everyone that, you know what I mean? Like I raised my daughter's older 2 sisters, and I'm married to a beautiful woman, and she has 3 beautiful children. Those are my 6 kids to this day. And that's never going to change. And that's something that I think that's something that we need more of, man. Of our men stepping up, and just taking care of their families, and even if it's not your child, and I know how people feel about certain situations, the way we were raised as Black men, and I'm just just speaking, between us and all that, but we need to step up, man. If you're not there, be there in some capacity. Yeah,
that makes things better.
Always.
Yeah.
But I want to touch. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna give everybody real quick my little Instagram and Facebook page for the clothing line. It's BKBQLA on Instagram. It's real simple, and it stands for Born Kings, Born Queens Lifestyle Apparel. And you can also find us on Facebook at Born Kings, Born Queens Lifestyle Apparel.
That's right, man.
You got it, man.
Yeah. Proud of you, man.
Yeah, we're definitely proud of you, man. Thanks for coming in on the show, showing a lot of positivity, good words of advice and encouragement for the youth.
Yeah, that's what I'm all about.
People a little bit of your background and your story. We appreciate that, man. We love that the most, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Anything else you'd like to add, KJ?
No, that's it, man. Look, you guys be blessed, man. I'm loving what y'all doing. You're motivating me to, push forward with my podcast. Also, that's something else I wanted to speak on. It's going to be called Better Late Than Never. How ironic, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Better late than never, but I'm going to find a way to incorporate the little BK into it. So, y'all keep an eye out on that. And I'll definitely be looking to have y'all as guests. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, KJ, tell me about our motto. What is it? Hashtag, if you don't what?
Man, I got CTE, man. I be forgetting, man. You got to help me out. Let's say it together.
I love it.
It's not how you start, but it's how you finish.
That's
right. That's right, man. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not how you start, but it's how you finish.
That's it,
There you go, my brother.
Man, what a hell of a show,
baby.
Man.
Let's do it.
Hey,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man. We have fun,
yes, sir.
Man.
Much love, family.
Much love.
Yes, sir.
Take care, man.
Take care. Man. Until the next time,
I'm out of here.
Y'all tune in to the SportsShop27. I'm your host, Jermaine. That's KJ. Special thanks to our guest, Eric Coleman. We'll see y'all next time. Later.
All right, wear your mask.
Wear your mask, people.
Please wear your mask.
Put your mask on, man. Hey, put your mask on now. We trying to live out here.
Go.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Love you, E. 1.